Guess what time it is? It is haul time. Here is my small haul. I have some colored pencils and some pens along with some coloring books and some how-to books. I have a confession to make. I decluttered a couple of months ago. I held on to a lot of those books. But this month I decided no more. I went through those books and I asked myself, Evelyn, are you really going to color in this book or that book? Do you really like this book? And the answer was no. I had a pile of books that I knew that I would not color in. So guess what? They are in the back of my trunk and I'm ready to take them off to be donated. My bookshelf is a lot lighter and less cluttered than what it was. And I like it like that. I feel like a burden has been lifted off of my shoulder. Whew. That felt so good to say. Now, let me get into this haul. I will be doing quick flip throughs of the coloring books that I have. And also with the pencils and the pens, I will show you the swatches of these tools here. The first thing I have to share with you is Milky Pops. These are Pentel Art gel pens, Milky Pop. I kept them in the package just for this video so that I can tell you what these pens are all about. First of all, it says add a pop of pizzazz to any page with Milky Pastel ink colors. Vivid pastel colored ink contrasts well with dark colored paper to make your writing and artwork stand out. Perfect for notes, invitations, greeting cards, doodling, crafts, drawing, and more. Smooth gel ink and extra long balanced barrel for effortless writing and control. It has a latex-free grip for comfortable writing and drawing. It has a 0.8 millimeter metal tip and it writes medium lines. Let's check it out. Now what I've done, I went ahead and swatched these to see how they write. I didn't realize that there were two white gel pens in here. I should have checked, but I bought these from Amazon mainly because they were on sale. Usually what I do, if I see something on Amazon that I like, I will put it to my list of things that I like. And usually Amazon will send me a notification when the item goes on sale. And if it's a good enough sale, then I'll go ahead and probably purchase it at the time. Here is my little swatch book here. And here are the Milky Pop swatches. I had an issue with this one, green, and this yellow one. They didn't want to come out, but I thumped it and I shook it a bit and it was okay. So these are the colors. We have purple, blue, pink, green, yellow, and orange pastel, and we have white here. I took out a little post-it note to see how white works, and that's it right there. Okay. That is the Pentel Milky Pops. All right. Up next, I have the Super Soft Colored Pencils by Staedtler. I have 24 of these. This is the 149C, and these are in the cardboard box. This is how the pencils look. They are hexagonal. They are also black. Very nice. And the end cap is capped. The end of the pencil is capped, showing you the color of each of the pencils, as you can see. Let me show you a glimpse inside of the box here. Okay, I have used these on some of my pages, and you will see that coming up in March. Hopefully I will have the pages completed for April, and you can see what I did this month in March. Here are the swatches of the pencils. I didn't realize that there were colors of the pencils, like colored names, and I will show you that on my phone. But before I do that, here are the swatches here. They look vivid. This is not a waxy pencil per se. I thought it would be softer, but it is not that soft. It's a little softer than the 126 ones that I have, I believe. And I'll show those to you so you'll see what I'm talking about. These pencils are, let me take a look right quick, high quality colored pencils in classic hexagonal shape. If you like hexagonal shape, then you will like these pencils. They have super soft lead, giving particularly high cover for amazing bright colors on both white and black paper. I have 24 pencils. They are available in 24 colors. The wood is PEFC certified, sustainably managed forest, and these are they. Now, I took a screenshot because on the Staedtler website, they actually have the name, a particular name for each of these colors. And I didn't realize that until after I started getting ready to make this video. And here it is. It has the name of the colors. I'll go back and write them down later. But I just want you to see that, okay? So these are they. I do like how bright they are. They're just not as soft as I thought they would be. And you can see I put my little notes over here. They are soft. And I think they're softer than the Design Journey ones that I have. And I'll show you those. The other pencils that I have that are similar to the ones I just showed you, these are 146C. The other ones, the ones I bought, the soft, super soft ones, they are 149C. Okay? I just wanted you to know that. But there is a slight difference to me because these are a little more softer than these. So if you like these design, the 146C, but you wish they were a little bit softer, then these might be something to try. They do have a set of 12. So if I were you, if I was interested in these pencils, you know, get a set of 12 first before you purchase 24. These cost me about $17. I'm going to put these pencils back here in my case. I think 24 will fit here. And that's where these are going. Let me put them back here so I do not forget. Those are all of the supplies that I bought in March. Now, moving on to the coloring books, which is the fun part. The first coloring book that I have is Mythographic Rainbow Realms. I purchased this from Walmart. I have been looking at this coloring book for quite some time. I just decided to go ahead and bite the bullet after looking through it again. What it says on the front is more than 1 million copies sold. I guess a lot of people like this book, huh? The author, illustrator of this book is Weronika Kolinska, I believe. Rainbow Realms. Here's what it says on the back of the book. Take a transcendent journey through a prismatic paradise. Traverse the magnificent unknown where kaleidoscopic color reigns. Mythographic Color and Discover Rainbow Realms is a gorgeous collection of masterfully designed or detailed, entrancing illustrations that explore enchanting worlds beyond imagination. Enhance glorious rainbows stretching between dimensions, adorn gem-like waterfalls with radiant splashes, and awaken magical creatures with creative flourishes. Immerse yourself in more than 45 fantastic scenes that capture your attention and never let go with the Mythographic Color and Discover Rainbow Realms. So that's that. Let's take a look inside of the book. We have our title page here, which is what you see on the cover. Let's take a look here. This is the first page. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Not too hard. Not too much going on. We have some fish, jellyfish. Now what I'm going to do, which is something I always do, I am going to flip to the back and just take a quick flip because I don't want to bore you. Alright, so here's the last page. And here is the flip. That's cute. I like seahorses. What I like about this coloring book is that there is a lot of white space, which means that it's not, as some people say, too detailed with a lot of intricate things going on. Nowadays, I don't mind things that are intricate and things that have a lot of detail. I used to feel overwhelmed, but the longer I color, the less overwhelmed I get about a lot of intricacy and details. But this book is pretty good. It doesn't have a lot to overwhelm you. So I can see why 1,000,000 copies have been sold. It's just a nice coloring book here. I really do like it. I'm glad I finally purchased it because I just always looked at it and I would ask myself, do I really want this? So one day I just bit the bullet and bought the book. After looking through it, of course. And I normally do my hauls like this because I learned a lesson from a viewer. That viewer said, can you slow down when you are showing your books? I would like to see the pages. And so that taught me a valuable lesson. And the lesson was slow down. Take your time to show the pages. That's nice. I like that. But you know what? It looks overwhelming, but it's really not. It's just a lot of grass and leaves and stuff. So you have this cat in the forest. So the majority of the pages in here has open space where you don't really have to figure out what's going on here. Even with this one, I can tell what's going on here, even though it looks like it has a lot going on. It really doesn't. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. That reminds me of a mandala, actually, with the face inside of the design. How cool. We got some eyes. Those look like eyeballs to me. Okay, like that. Okay, so that is it. That's nice too. That is it. You know, the mythographic paper is fairly nice. Moving on to the next coloring book. The next coloring book that I have is Mythographic Aviary. This is a second copy for me. I already have a flip through of this coloring book on my channel. I wanted to have another copy. Someone commented on a YouTube short where I actually do the flip through of this, and she said, I love this book. It's my favorite book, and I have two copies. I think she has a third copy. I had to go get me another copy because I love this book and I want to be able to color more images in here. But anyway, this is by Joseph Cadombang. I'm going to flip through it very, very quickly. So don't get mad at me, okay? All right. Don't get mad at me because I already have a flip through of it, but you can probably get an idea of why I like this book so much. It's one of my favorites. So I'm going to flip through fairly quickly. If you want to see an in-depth or slowed down version of this book, feel free to watch my video. I will link it in the cards so you can go to it. But yes, I've colored some pages in this book in my first copy, and I don't like how they turned out. So you know what? I have me a second book so I can make it better. Make it better. Yes, this is one of my favorite books. I love coloring birds, and I just love everything about this book. And I wanted to have a second one because the lady gave me an idea. I don't give my coloring pages away as gifts, but I'm going to start doing that with this book, starting with this one. Yeah, I love this book. I had to get it again. So this is a quick flip through. Don't bite my head off, okay? Don't bite my head off. Mythographic Aviary. This is the cover here. Yes. All right. Moving on to the next book. The next book I have is a mythographic book. It is Fantasy Forest. It says 1 million copies sold. I guess a lot of people really like this book. And I've been seeing people show this book a lot. Miss Foxy, she has this book and she does, I think, Mythographic Mondays. But anyway, she put me onto this book. And so here I am with it. This is the Mythographic Fantasy Forest by Fabiana Astanasio. Let's take a look inside. Oh, let's look at the back first, because I really don't know much about this book. It says, drift into a dreamy forest of elves, sprites, spirits, and magical fairies. Follow the magic path into dazzling timberland of enchantment and adventure. Mythographic Color and Discover Fantasy Forest is a flourishing realm where I don't have my glasses on either, y'all. Realm where phantasmic fairies reign, forest unicorns and dragons roam peacefully, and clever gnomes make their homes in the trees. From the mossy forest floor to the highest treetops, discover more than 45 hand-drawn illustrations that let imagination swirl and magic take shape. Add a kaleidoscope of colored to dreamlike canopies, glittering with dewdrops in Mythographic Color and Discover Fantasy Forest. Let's take a look and to see what Fabiana Astanasio has. Now, I have not really looked through this book. Yeah, so we're going to do that now. All right. We have our first page here. It's not too intimidating for me. I can tell what's going on. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell exactly what's going on a page. I have to study it a bit. Okay, this one, this is cute. Look at the deer. Okay, I like this. Now let me go to the back here and flip on through so we can see what's in here. We have that. I can see why people like this book too. 1 million copies have sold. Because there's more white open space. It's not too intricate from what I'm seeing. And you can easily tell what's going on. At least I can. When I am overwhelmed or feel overwhelmed or intimidated by a page, it's usually so much stuff on the page where I can't really tell what's going on. But it looks like this is another hit because of that. That's what I think. And of course, the illustrations look nice. They are nice. Look at this. Wow. I like that one. That's so neat. Okay, in the trees, the gnome. Okay, nice. Oh, look at that. Okay. How cool. It's very creative there. Nice. peacock, I guess. We have, wait a minute, I think I saw something. Yeah, when I saw this, I'm thinking of the space, outer space, the stars. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Give me some of that honey. Oh, that's so cute. I don't see any page that I would not want to color so far. Looks like I like everything in here. I don't think I sat down and really looked through this book, so I'm doing it now in this video. Yeah. I bought this one from Amazon, I forgot to mention, and I bought the Aviary from Amazon as well. Oh wow, steampunk. Okay, I need some practice coloring those types of pages. Okay. Hmm. This is very creative, different. Oh, I've seen something kind of like this in Kirby's, one of Kirby's books. Actually, I colored something similar to this. Well, this face in a mushroom or a tree, something like that. Okay. All right. Now it's getting a bit much here for me, but not too much. I can tell what's going on. This is nice as well. We have our little rainbows. This is nice as well. I love birds. I really do. We have our butterflies. Wow. You know what? These butterflies look like little scrolls. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Okay. Open up your scrolls and fly. All right. Have some little houses there. That's nice. All right. The paper, of course, is the same as it is in all of the Mythographic books. What I have noticed is that in the book that I bought, the Artist Vault, the paper feels a little bit different, has a little bit more texture, and is thicker. How do I know that? Because I am coloring a page in there, and I can tell the difference. All right, that is so cute. That is it for this coloring book, Fantasy Forest. The next book that I have is from Lulu Mayo. It's been a minute since I've purchased any of Lulu Mayo's books. I bought A Million Puppies. Since I'm not really into cats, I do like dogs, puppies. I bought this one from Amazon. Let's take a look inside. This is, I believe, the cover. Yeah, this is the cover. Let's take a look in here to see what Miss Mayo has up her sleeve in here. There's always something to color here on the title pages here. Well, the introduction, the copyright page, publishing information page. So we have desserts there. Woo! All right. So here's our first page. There's a lot going on in this page. It looks like it's a double page spread to me. But it actually, I don't think it is. Let me check out something. Yeah. This has a sewn binding. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So here we go. Oh, look at that. That is too cute. This book is a ball of cuteness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you know what? The book to me seems to be a little bit bigger than some of the other books I have for some reason. Maybe it's just me. Let me see when this was published. This was published in 2024, so I guess I'm late to the party, but better late than never, huh? Look at this. This is just adorable. Oh my goodness. Now this is a double page spread here. Very cute. And I can't flip from the back to the front in this book. I have to just take it page by page and work my way through the book. That's cute. Everything looks so adorable in here. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I get this book sooner? It is adorable. Look at the little hearts on the head. Is that a little bonnet or something on the little doggy's head? We have some animals here other than dogs. Okay, that's cool. We have look like a little chickie, a little chick right there. These are cute. The little girls are cute. All right. They're at the table eating. I always have desserts and I'm on a diet, trying to control my eating. You're making me hungry, Miss Mayo. You're making me hungry. All right, that's cute. Tropical right here. I like her illustrations because they don't seem like they would take a long time to color, and you can just have fun and enjoy coloring without worrying about having so much to color. This is cute right here. So cute. Adorable. Look at that. Adorable. Okay, look at all the puppy dog eyes. It's all I see is eyes. All I see are eyes. I see, that looks like a little fish. A fish bird or whatever. Anyway, a dragon. That's what that is. What am I talking about? Okay. This is really nice. The little shoe. Okay, the camera. I have a camera like that. It looks just like that one. This is cute. Okay, basket on the bicycle. Okay. This is just an adorable book. Why didn't I get this sooner? I keep asking myself. But you know what? I chalk it up as getting it when I needed to get it. Yes. Yes. So cute. I can hear my little friend Faith Elizabeth. I know if she don't have this book, girl, you better get it. I know you would love this book. I know you probably already have it though. Because you love Lulu Mayo. You got me into her. Miss Faith Elizabeth here on YouTube. Look at this. Look at all these little adorable eyes. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Butterflies. See, I'm supposed to be doing a quick flip through, and I'm slowing around. You know, y'all can speed it up if you want to, okay? I will not be offended. Oh, wow. That is so cute. Oh, wow. Look at that. It looks like a little watermelon over there. We have a pineapple. Okay, let me just keep flipping. I need to stop talking because you're probably like, Evelyn, get on with the get on. I'm trying, but I'm so overwhelmed with all this cuteness. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Oh, a little heart-shaped one. That's so cute. That looks like I could have done that for the 17th. St. Patrick's Day. Look at the little clovers there. Okay. All right. Let me go. Let me go. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very cute. Oh my goodness. And then we close out with this one. That is it. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. That is A Million Puppies. It says Possum Pooches to Color by Lulu Mayo. Moving on to the next book. The next coloring book that I purchased from Amazon is this one. It says Cities Fantastic, a coloring book of amazing places, real and imagined by Steve McDonald. Now, I bought this book because of another person here on YouTube. She was talking about adult coloring, and I think somebody gifted her a book like this, or this might actually be the book. So I wanted to buy it because I liked it, but it's a whole lot of stuff in this book. It can be intimidating, but this is the type of book that I would color in when I just want to get away, escape, and just let my imagination run wild. Not worry about what I'm doing on the page. So let's check it out here. Okay, so here are some cities here, some buildings. And here is a list of all of the buildings that are in this book. We have buildings from Germany, Canada, where else? Greenland, Sweden. I'm just skimming what I see here. New York, Soho, Manhattan, Paris, France, Mexico, Melbourne. Also, what else? Australia here, South Wales, London, England, San Francisco, Greece. So there is a lot of different buildings in this book. And I know when you see what I'm going to show you, you're going to feel overwhelmed. I've already told you, and I'm warning you, okay? But I just wanted to, get it. The paper is pretty standard. It's not cheap, thin paper. It's kind of heavy, It's got some thickness to it. Kind of like the Lulu Mayo book. It feels like that, or the Mythographic book paper. Let's get into here. Yeah, see, this is a pretty big book too. I'll put the measurements on the screen. I don't know them exactly right now, but this is a big book, okay? Over here, it says this book is dedicated to my daughter. Let me move on. It was copyrighted in 2015, and it says, although many of the images have been drawn from my photographic sources, I want to also acknowledge and thank the following photographers. So there are other photographers that this person uses in this book to do his illustrations. Okay. Now this book is pretty big. I had to raise up my camera some. Let me raise up a little bit more because the book is off the camera. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So this is the first page here. You see all these buildings? That's a lot. I know it's a lot. But it's just something that I would color when I just want to relax and just color something without thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You ever have days like that? And I can just, make my little progress, and just keep going. But I wanted to also get into coloring buildings as well, because I do like buildings. So here we go with this one. There's a lot going on. These illustrations are on front and back, just like Lulu Mayo's book, front and back. You see that? That's a lot. I know some of you are going to say, woo, that's a lot, Evelyn. I know. I warned you. I told you. Now what I'm going to do is come to the back here and just flip through, going Yeah. I didn't read what was on the back. Let's see what's on the back here. It says artist Steve McDonald's beautifully illustrated aerial views from around the world offer bird's eye perspectives of visually arresting cities from New York, London, and Paris to Istanbul, Tokyo, Melbourne, Rio, Amsterdam, and many more. Also included are selections of immersive architectural mandalas, or mandalas, created from the cityscapes for deeper meditative coloring, adventures, and imaginative flights of fancy. Okay, so I'm going to start here in the back. This is Steve here, Steve McDonald. And it says he doesn't just draw the cities of the world, a lifelong traveler since his family moved to the Middle East in 1979. He's lived in Saudi Arabia, and so forth and so on. If you can read that, you can pause it if you're interested in reading it. Yeah, pause it and read about Mr. Steve McDonald. Okay, now here is the last page. I look at these pages as if they are meditative types of pages to color, and that's how I look at them. So here we go with the first page. And I'm bringing you up so you can see what's going on here. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next page here. Well, next pages. See, that one is like a mandala. A mandala. Look at that. It's like putting a puzzle together. A puzzle with 5,000, 10,000 pieces. Yeah. And this is the next page here. All right, moving on to the next. Oh, there's more over here. Looks like a little body of water right here. I guess that's what that is. Okay. Looks like we in New York here. Does he tell you? Yeah, he does. No, this is Canada. Oh, wow, I didn't realize this. He actually tells you where the building is from. This one here is Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And this one here is, it says a traffic jam. But this is Canada here. And this is the traffic jam. Look at all these cars. His drawings also remind me of another person who I was following at one point in time. His name is Hugh. He has a book. I forget his last name, but I will put his stuff on the screen here because I've mentioned him. He draws stuff like this. So here we go. Looks like a cathedral. What is that? Or some. It says a post office in Sydney, South Wales, Australia. Here. Okay. That's how the post office looks? I thought that was a church. Okay. And here's something that looks more like a mandala. What does it say here? It says Sydney Mandala. Sydney Mandala. All right. That's a mandala there. See, I'm interested in knowing what this is over here. It says, I can't pronounce it, Sault Ste. Marie Mandala. I know I probably butchered that name, but that's this one here. We have this. It's like a little downtown area here. Okay, this page here. I'm not going to stop and tell you what everything is, but this is what we have going on. Illustrations of buildings and places that Mr. McDonald has visited. Yeah, I know that must be in Asia, right? Let me check. Because of the building. Yeah, it's in Japan. Where is this? What is it? Oh, that's Canada. It is Benbrook, Ontario, Canada. Okay. All right, here we go. So these are the pages. I know it's a lot, But I really was interested in getting this book. I see that there are a lot of little like mandala type of drawings. Mandala, however you say it. Now this looks like a shipyard. Let me see. A port. Let's see what that is. Canada. Again. But it looks like a little port here. Yeah. We have this here. It's a lot going on. I know. I need to hurry up because I have 2 more books and I don't want to bore you. We have another mandala type of illustration. Somebody sitting on top of the hill. I wonder what that is. This is in France. This is Normandy, France. Let me just hurry up and get through here. All right. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot going on in these illustrations, but they look like such a challenge, and it would be fun to actually try to do it, you know, to color these. But this would just be my relaxation book for sure. Not something I'm trying to get through and color every page. It's just something that I do for relaxation and calmness. And some of you probably thinking, how in the world can that calm you down? It can. If I just, start coloring. And my aim is not to finish a page as soon as I sit down to start coloring it. It's just to get some color on the page and to relieve some stress and to get calm and to enjoy the process of coloring, right? I cannot believe I bought this book because I normally don't buy stuff like this, but that's when I know I'm maturing as a person who colors. Yes. As a colorist, I'm maturing. I'm getting a little bit intrigued with more stuff on the page to color. Yes. I know some of you are like, woo, that's so too much, Evelyn, that's overwhelming. I know it is. But I would just take one little spot at a time. I would think of it like me putting a puzzle together. That's how I would look at it. But that's pretty much it with this book. And that's all of my coloring books. I do have some how-to coloring books to show you. Well, not how-to coloring books, but just how to do certain things. The next book that I have is a watercolor book. I'm a little bit, well, not a little bit, I am all the way interested in learning more about watercoloring. I saw this book at my local Goodwill and I paid $3.99 for it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. This is a watercolor book. It says Watercolor Basics by Jan Kunz or Kunz. Let's take a look in here. I'm just going to share with you the table of contents here. This is a book to help with learning more about watercolor. So the contents in here, we have the introduction. What is color? Physical properties of watercolor pigments. What color is it? Put it all together. Conclusion and index. So I'm going to flip through the book a little bit so you can see what's in here. We have our introduction. We have paint. She's talking about getting started. Talking about the brushes. Brush holders, water container, palette, paper, face tissue, stuff you may want to have. What is color? She talks about color here. Pigment, hue, organizing color. We have the color wheel here, primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. And more colors about warm and cool colors. project. She's talking about setting up your palette. Okay, cool. All right, let me just flip through here so you can kind of get an idea of what else is in this book. It's almost like a brand new book. It's like, it feels like I bought this brand new and I only paid $3.99 for it. Manipulating values. We have some examples in here. She gives you step by step on how to color things or paint. Do your watercolor. But yeah. Okay. So this is it. Paint dark values. And we have color by number or value. Maybe it's the color. I don't know. But I'm just showing you what's in the book here. I bought this book because I am very interested in watercolor, learning how to do that. Yeah, I am. Okay. So that is it for this book. It looks like it has a lot of great information in here that will be helpful to me when it comes to learning more about watercolor. I bought this book again from my local Goodwill. It is in very good condition. Now, I only paid $3.99 for it. You know why I went there, though. I went there to see if I could find some coloring books. But I didn't find any coloring books. But I did find this one, which I think was a pretty good value. This is the last book that I have. I purchased this one from Amazon. It is by Design Originals. I believe that's what that means up there. A new guide to coloring for crafts, adult coloring books, and other coloristas or coloristas. And at the bottom here it says tips, tricks, and techniques for all skill levels. All right, let's see what's in here. You know what? I have not looked in this book because I actually received it today, I believe. Yeah, I think so. So I haven't looked in this book. This will be my first time looking in this book. It says what you learn. Okay, it says it's simple. This book is the ultimate guide for coloring, beginning to end, every step of the process. It all starts with the right tools. Learn about your coloring media options, what makes them different and which you should use. Then learn basic techniques through step-by-step lessons. Explore color theory, patterning, shading, blending, and layering. Once you have the basics in hand, learn how to make some simple design choices and put it all together. I'm not going to read all the rest of it, but let's get into this book here. So here is the table of contents. Well, this is different. This is a unique table of contents. Let's see what we have here. We have gallery, a guide to coloring supplies. Organize your stash. Lessons. We have how many lessons? We have 6 lessons here. And also 100 ready to go designs to color. Okay, we have the page number here and also what's on that page. I like the way they have a picture here and you can just be like, oh, I want to go learn about coloring supplies, a guide to that. I like that. This is very different. Very different. Shading, lesson 3. Blending, lesson 4. Recap. Let's take a look. So we have our gallery here with our pictures. Okay. So I guess they're talking about what each illustration is, I would think. This paper feels like It feels like a coloring paper, just like what you would find in Mythographic books, but it's probably a tad bit lighter or thinner. But nevertheless, it is kind of thick. All right, thicker than what I would think would be in a book. So it's not a glossy feel. You know what I'm saying? Those type of pages. It's more like paper. Okay. So what I like about the book is that it is very colorful. You know, it's not boring, and it gives you how to use water-based versus alcohol-based markers. Okay, I need a refresher on that. I really want to be able to use both of them very well. Okay, color and use the different shapes. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go to the back here. Here are some pages that one can color after you kind of put to use what you learned. You can color some of these pages. Okay. They talk about severe shading there, design decisions. Okay. Recap. I've seen this illustration before somewhere. Okay. Deciding where to start, striking the element. I don't know if this is drawing or placing color. Okay. Where to place color. Lesson 6. If you are a person who likes to see these pictures and you learn very well by looking at these pictures, this might be helpful to you. But I don't know how I feel about that right now. Because I'm more of a streamlined person, if that makes sense. I'm more of a little, yeah, I'm that type of person. Me seeing all this stuff kind of like bombards my brain. But I guess I have to get used to it. But it's a pretty book inside. Very pretty. So that's it for this book. Again, I believe I mentioned that I bought this from Amazon. I forget how much it cost. But yeah. That's that. I do want to say that I did buy some coloring books and markers, not for myself. I bought it from my favorite auntie because she recently lost my uncle. He passed away, and she's been with him ever since she probably was 18 years old. And now she's, what, 77, 76, something like that. So I said, hey, get into coloring. I'll send you something. I sent her some coloring books. I hope that she actually does color so that she can, you know, calm her mind and just not be worried about what she has been worrying about, and to just relax into coloring so that she doesn't feel so stressed and overwhelmed, and also missing my uncle. You know, I know she's been with him for so long. She was with him for so long, and I know she misses him, and you know, you have to have that time to grieve. So I figured coloring would be one of the things that she could do, and she actually was open to trying it. So I decided to send her some things through Amazon, and I hope that she enjoys them and that they really do calm her and help her during her time of bereavement. Anyway, I didn't mean to say all that, but I just felt like I needed to say that to let you know that coloring can be very helpful for you in any situation. It doesn't matter what it is. You will be calmed. You will feel that anxiety decrease and the stress decrease. It's a great way to manage your stress as well. But you have to take time to do it, to check out of things, to check into coloring. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments about anything, or if you want to see a more detailed flip through of some of the books that I've shared with you, let me know and I will definitely try to make it happen. Until next time, you know what you better do? Keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.